Hey everyone, I'm going to try this again because my headphones are picking up a lot of extra noise and I couldn't hear either. It was weird. Anyway, so happy Wednesday and welcome to episode 4 of the Happy Workaholic show. Today we're going to be talking about LinkedIn. I've put in a number of different Facebook groups I'm in a post regarding all of their questions that they wanted answered. So I have 5 full pages of notes I've been working very hard on for you today. Here they are. And of course they're highlighted. So I'm here today to introduce myself to you and explain to you how to use LinkedIn for your personal brand, or if you're working for a company. I'm giving you all my tips and tricks, and I'm going to be answering all the questions that I received over the last couple of days, as well as a lot of common ones I'm typically asked. So first of all, I want to introduce myself to you. So my name is Kelly Ann Gorman, and you are watching the Happy Workaholic show, and this is actually a spin-off of my podcast. And right now, I believe I have 44 episodes, and you can listen to the Happy Workaholic podcast, which is also about business, LinkedIn, and my life, everywhere where you listen to your podcasts. So the show is about business, LinkedIn, and my life as well. And I'm going to be sharing more business tips, get into more Q&As regarding business and how to build your brand and LinkedIn and social media. I'm really passionate about service selling and social media and how to use them to your full advantage to up-level your brand and your business. So I have been in multiple industries: health and wellness, beauty, luxury travel, business coaching, and consulting, and that's kind of what has brought me to where I am today, which is business and LinkedIn coaching, as well as being a luxury brand consultant. It's taken me about 20 years to get me to what I'm doing now, and one of my favorite tools I use in business is LinkedIn. And a lot of people that I coach, a lot of my clients, people that I run into online, well, in person or talk to online, they're afraid of LinkedIn. They don't really know how to use it, how to pitch on it, how to connect on it, just the basic tools, how your profile should look. So I'm going to break that all down for you today, and I'm going to answer all of the questions that I've been getting, and also give you some tips for specific careers that I've jotted down that hopefully can help you up-level your brand and business. So that's a little backstory on me. And if you want to learn more about myself, I'm going to leave my LinkedIn profile in the comments when I'm done, but you can always visit my website, which is kellyannGorman.com, or leverageyourlinkedin.com, which is where you can find the program for my LinkedIn coaching. So let's get started. So the first thing on my list is the most important, and that is how to perfect your profile. So there's a number of different sections in your profile that you want to go down one by one. So if you're watching this live or you are watching the replay, just pause me and go grab a pen and a notebook, because you're going to want to take a lot of notes, because I've taken a lot of notes for you, and I'm literally breaking it down by specific sections of your LinkedIn profile. So I really hope that this helps you. So the first thing I want to talk about, there are 12 steps that I'm going to quickly go through, which you want to go through on your own and skim through your LinkedIn profile and really see what's working for you, what you should take out, certain verbiage, certain keywords, and really just put out there a great representation of yourself online, because this is how we're using this platform today. So the first thing I want to talk about is your banner photo. This is something that you want to use that will immediately attract somebody to your profile. Mine, for example, is just a banner that clearly states I'm a business and LinkedIn coach, podcaster, where they can find me. And it also mentions the Happy Workaholic podcast and show, because that's really what I'm promoting right now in the beginning stages of 2018. So it basically spells it out what I'm doing. So that's something that you can do, or you could do, obviously, your brand logo. You can do an image that reflects something that you represent, but you really want it to act as a call to action. The next thing I want to talk about is your photo. And you definitely want something current, because if you're going to meet somebody in person after you connect with them online, you want to look the same. And I've made that mistake before, as my hair is jet black now and it used to be bleach blonde. And I never updated my photos, my profile photos, which now I'm like obsessive about, that they all match everywhere online. But I forgot to do that, and I was going to meet somebody for a coffee at Starbucks, and they couldn't find me, and it was because my hair color had drastically changed, and they were not aware. So that's something that you're definitely going to want to update, and make sure that it is current and it looks like you in real life. The third thing I want to talk to you about is your headline. And this is absolutely an attention-grabbing detail that you want to take fully advantage of. So I'm just going to keep using my profile as an example, so that maybe it's something that you can refer back to once you're listening to the replay of this by looking at my LinkedIn profile. So mine clearly states what it is and what I do, and always has a call to action. So it says I'm a business and LinkedIn coach, and that they can download the Happy Workaholic podcast on iTunes and watch the show right here on Facebook. It also says that I'm a luxury brand consultant. It's short and sweet. I'm a big fan of straight to the point, this is what I do. If you want to connect, here I am. You always want a call to action at the end, so that someone is aware of what you do. They can go to your profile, they can check you out, and immediately know what it is you're doing, why they want to contact you, and you're the right person that they want to talk to today. It doesn't matter what business that you're in. This is the headline that you, honestly, this is the most important part of your profile, because this is what people will see first, and this is what's going to want them to click on your profile and connect with you, and then your relationships just are started from there. And then you can create the rest of it. The fourth thing I want to talk to you about is your bio. And this is really important, because I've mentioned on a previous show about using your personality, and this is really important. In the beginning, when LinkedIn first started, I was very professional on the platform. I basically used it as an online resume, just like everybody else did. And then when I would meet somebody in person, the first thing out of their mouth would be, "Oh wow, I didn't recognize your personality is so big and loud and you're bubbly." And my LinkedIn was just so formal. So you really want to portray who it is, what you do, who you are. This is also the opportunity that you have to explain your story. So my story, just a little background, is that I've actually worked on over 50 cruise ships and yachts, and that's definitely not normal. I say this all the time. I was a professional makeup artist. I got to travel the world. I was extremely lucky in that position. I actually helped create it myself. I held multiple jobs on yachts, and I've just worked on a lot of boats. And for a normal person looking back and they want to hire me for something, they want to know why I've worked on so many, so that explains it. I freelanced. And I worked for a circle of family, and I created a position, so that allowed me the opportunity to go from cruise ship to cruise ship rather than department store to department store. So in my bio, I explained that whole entire story, so that somebody that wants to connect with me can see it right there. So that's where you're wanting to use your personality as well as tell your story. It's very important. And again, you want to have a call to action at the end. So for example, I have my email, my cell phone number, and my Instagram handle, because those are the three most important, and Facebook I think I have there as well, links and emails, and that's very important if you want somebody to connect with you immediately. A lot of people use LinkedIn on the go. They use their app and they want to just pick up the phone and call you. And so if you're that type of person, then have your cell phone there. So that's how I have mine. And you definitely, I'm just giving you examples of how mine is set up so that you can have an example of something to refer back to while you're listening to me talk or when you watch the replay. So the fifth thing I want to talk to you about is the media, and that is actually located right under your bio on LinkedIn, and that is where you can upload your websites, any media links that you have, any blogs that you really want people to have their eyes on immediately when they look at your profile. You can upload links, you can upload images. That section is very important. So how I have mine is that I actually have all of my websites linked up right there. So immediately they can click to one of my websites and then visit it there if they don't want to continue to read the rest of my LinkedIn profile. The sixth thing I would like to talk to you about on your LinkedIn profile is your articles and activity. So this is also where you want to have everything visible, and it's going to be visible, of your published posts, of anything that you're liking, of anything that's synced up that's going to your LinkedIn. This is all going to be represented there. It's public, it's going to be shown. So if you want to keep something private, you need to make sure that they are private and that nothing is getting sent there that you don't want sent there. So something that I'm going to be talking about later is an app that I use called IFTTT, which stands for If This, Then That. And that's actually something that I use to sync up your social media. You can use it to sync up your fridge at home, your lighting at home, but it's an app that I use to automate all of my social media. So I have a lot of posts that go into LinkedIn that are coming from Facebook, that are coming from Instagram, that are coming from my Medium blogs, because it saves me a lot of time, and our time is worth money. So that's something that you should definitely look into, is syncing certain things like that. The seventh item I want to talk to you about perfecting your profile is your experience. And this section is basically like your online resume. And this, you want to make sure that you have all of the companies tagged, they're highlighted, a description of what you did, you upload any media, any websites, anything that you need to showcase what it is you did at that position, or what it is that you're selling or doing in your business that you own, on your blog, on your show, in your podcast, anything and everything under the sun. You want to make sure it's there. I'm a big fan of bullet points. I just want it short and sweet and spelled out. That's just how I roll. So I really like it to be quick to read. So that's just how mine is. The eighth section on your profile is your education. So obviously you can list your high school, your college diplomas that you have, graduate degrees, so on and so forth. All of that can be listed under your education. The ninth section is the featured skills and endorsements, and that is somebody on LinkedIn endorsing you for what you're good at. So for example, if you're a social media influencer, you're going to have a lot of social media related checks. You're going to be endorsed for that. I was planning events for years. I was an event producer. I was a makeup artist. I was working on yachts, like I mentioned earlier, and a lot of other jobs. So if you look at my skills that I'm endorsed, others have endorsed me on, they're all over. So that, again, goes back to telling your story in your bio, and it will really help represent the individual that you are and kind of show more of your personality and who it is and what you're doing online and in person as well. The 10th section is recommendations, and you want to definitely have recommendations on your profile as soon as you finish a job, or as soon as you finish, doing media or press, or for anybody that you've worked with in the past, whether it's business partners, whether it's TV stations, different event production companies, anyone that you've come in contact with and actually worked with, you want to ask them for a recommendation, because a lot of people look at those and they really take them to heart, and they're like, oh wow, she's worked for this company, or she's done PR for this company. So that will really help when trying to pitch multiple brands, if that's something that you're looking to do using LinkedIn. And then what you want to do is make sure that your profile is 100% current and up to date before you go ahead and ask for those recommendations. Why am I at the park with kids jumping on the top of where I'm sitting? Anyway, the 11th item on your list is your accomplishments. And this is something where you can put press that's been written about you, or blogs that you've been showcased in, or anything that your name is attached to. You can upload those links right there. And the 12th and very last part of perfecting your profile is interests. And the interest section is all about who you're following. So it's influencers, companies, groups, schools, all of that information is public. So if you're following them and you don't want others to know, then you need to keep that part private or uncheck it and unfollow it, because that's the section that people can automatically go to. So if you're trying to pitch a brand and that brand is going down underneath your LinkedIn profile and sees that you've worked with a competitor or a brand that they definitely don't want to be affiliated with, or affiliated with somebody that has to do something or has worked with them in the past, that can honestly hurt your running and winning your pitch. And not necessarily all the time, but I've definitely seen it happen. So you definitely want to make sure that part stays in the back of your mind, that section is public knowledge. So that, my friends, is the 12 parts to your LinkedIn profile and how you can perfect it. And like I said, I'm going to put my LinkedIn profile, I'm going to leave the link in the comments when I'm done with this show so that you can watch the replay, take your notes, really investigate what it is that you want to get out of LinkedIn and how it is that it's going to become your tool. And you absolutely definitely want to do your research. LinkedIn for me and Pinterest for me is actually like my Google. I spend more time on Pinterest than LinkedIn researching who it is, why I want to know them, what they're doing, why it is I need to know them and work with them. So that is the conclusion of how to perfect your profile. And if you guys have any questions, just leave them for me in the comments and I'm going to answer them after the show. And if you want to keep it private, you can always message me. So what's next on my list? So now it's time for the Q&A. So I have quite a let's see, I have like about 10 questions, and I promised these women and men that I would answer them on the show. So I'm not going to say their names, but they're going to know who they are because I'm answering every single one of them. So the first question, let me just put this over here. I'm sitting in the park because it's so nice out and I just needed fresh air. I was indoors all day and the sun is out in Vegas, as you can tell, and here I am. The pool's not open. I wish it was. Hopefully it'll be warmer soon. And I'm like right outside the flight path of McCarran. So there's a plane if you can see it. So that's where I'm filming from today. Okay, so these are all of the questions that people have asked me and I'm answering right now. So question 1, is it best to have a personal and business page or just personal that highlights your business? So my answer to that is one page and one page only. Like I said earlier, time is money. Why do you want to have 2 pages? Make your life as simple as it can be. You want to have one personal page so that you can put every company on your experience section. And you're obviously going to need to create your company LinkedIn page, but that is synced to your personal page. So one page only. And I have quite a few clients that I coach on LinkedIn that have had 2 pages and we've had to merge them into one, and it's a lot of work. So save yourself time, save yourself money, because time is money, and just don't make it harder on yourself. Just make it as simple as possible. One page, one company page, sync them together, and that's it. And if you need any questions on how to do that, just shoot me a message or just leave it in the comments. The second question I want to answer is, I get a handful of requests from people who are not connected to me. I want to expand my connections, but I know LinkedIn discourages adding and accepting strangers. How does one navigate this? Okay, so yes, LinkedIn does not like spam, but LinkedIn is a platform for you to create with others. So you definitely want to connect with who you feel you should be talking to, who you want to work with in the future, who you want to collab with, just somebody that you want to know. Explain to them why. So when you connect with someone, you want to have a message on why it is that you want to connect. You never just want to hit connect, because that's kind of like spam. And if I'm getting a connection from someone, I definitely want to know where they came from, how they found me. Do you want to work together? But you definitely don't want to be one of those people that sends you a nice message and then you connect and you're immediately in my inbox with this obnoxious long pitch, like just salesy. It's not real. Like, let's be honest, like nobody likes that. So don't be one of those people. So definitely connect with whoever it is that you want to meet. You can be going after a certain company for sponsorship, and sometimes they have a really large department. So you're going to want to get connected with quite a few of those. So, introduce yourself, explain to them what it is that you do and why you want to connect, and just go from there and build your relationship from the beginning just like that, because in the long run it's definitely going to help you out and you're going to have a longer lasting relationship. And when you meet this person in person, it's definitely going to have a bigger effect on you as an individual as well as your business and brand. The third question is, what's the best way to leverage your LinkedIn? And my response was, it depends on why you're using it. So I guess I could have used a little bit extra hairspray today. What do you guys think? This is so annoying. So yes, it depends on what you need it for, but you definitely want to, like I said earlier, do your research. You want to have a complete profile, and you want to know who it is that you're going after and why you want to use this platform. So if you're looking to leverage it, you absolutely want to have the most perfect profile that you feel that you can have. And then if you're looking to use the platform to meet new individuals, as I mentioned earlier, you want to come up with a great introductory couple sentences, 1 or 2. Introduce yourself. If you're looking to pitch and you're going after marketing and budgeting departments, you want to have something drafted up for that. And one of my tips for that is draft it up and keep it in your notes on your phone and copy and paste. It'll make your life so much simpler. It'll save you so much time. I have a number of them in my notes for different things, because every time you change something on your LinkedIn profile, it will update the world of LinkedIn that you're connected with. So you're going to get a lot of inbox messages. So you want to say thank you, and you want to send them directly to your website or wherever it is that you're currently promoting or you want them to go to. The fourth question is, how do you use LinkedIn without being prompted to pay the premium? And this was actually answered in a group already, but you can always use the phone app, but all you need to do is simply just X out. And eventually you do want to take advantage of your free month, your first free month of premium, but don't do that until you have something to promote. You have a full clear mission and full clear map ahead of how you really want to get a hold of certain individuals that you wouldn't be able to do when you're not on premium status. And the first month is free. Every other month is $50 and it can go up. The next question is, I have a LinkedIn ad credit for $50 and do not know how to use it. So there's a number of different ads that you can run. Some of them are matched audiences, some are website contact and accounts, and it really depends on what kind of ad you are looking to run and who you want to target. Do you want them going to your website? Do you want to collect all of your data, all of their data? I believe it's like up to 300,000. It's pretty insane. I personally don't do LinkedIn ads. I feel like video and my posts, I get a lot more leads when I'm using it to build my personal business and brand, but it's really up to you. And if you have a credit, you can go ahead and use it. I've done a credit. It didn't really do much. It just got my name out there. I got a couple more connections and a couple more emails, but really that's it. So it really depends on what it is that you're trying to promote. So if you're promoting a specific launch or specific business coaching program and you know exactly who your target market is, then go ahead and target them in that ad and direct them to your website where they can sign up immediately. Or if you're looking to collect emails for a big sales launch, or you want to use that information for something else you're promoting, then go ahead and do that. But beware that a lot of people will unsubscribe because they're going to wonder how you got a hold of their email. So you just really want to be careful with the ads. But if you guys have any more questions on the ads, just ask me in the comments, or you can message me at any time. The next question is for small businesses, what are the benefits from actually posting on LinkedIn? How can small brands get followers and say people... I'm trying to read my own writing. I wanted to make sure I had every single thing for you guys. So seriously, this is what I'm reading. Excuse my nails. Those need to be done too. How can small brands get followers and say people who aren't actively searching for your brand on this platform that we call LinkedIn? So for small businesses, this is a question I get asked a lot. Why do I want a profile? How do I use it? What is the purpose of it? So here's why I think this. I grew up in Rhode Island, and I grew up in an extremely small town. I've also lived in many major cities, New York, LA, Miami. I'm now in Vegas. And so I know a lot of different markets. And so when it comes to small businesses, I grew up in one and I worked in one. It's all about community. And just like how it is online, you want to find your tribe, be a part of a community. So the same thing goes for small businesses. You want to get your vendors that you use on LinkedIn, contact them on the vendors that you use with your business. Contact them online. For some odd reason, my battery is about to die. That's weird. Thank God I don't go anywhere without my Mophie. Okay, we're plugged in. Perfect. So, for small businesses, you want to create a community event. You want to involve other businesses. You want to get a hold of your vendors. Go big or go home. Just because you have a small business and you're living in a small town doesn't mean you have to think small. Always think out of the box. If you own a food store and you want to get your new food product into the hands of influencers or other people that are hosting events, you need to get a hold of those people. So this is how you get a hold of them. You use LinkedIn. And a lot of people ask why LinkedIn, not Facebook. So you want to use LinkedIn because it's more professional, I feel. And if you're using a small business in your town, just like yours, but they come from a franchise headquarters or something like that, you're going to have to get a hold of either their PR, their budget, their marketing company to get you approved to do some kind of event. But you want to get your word out there, get your brand out there, get your face out there. You're your brand. You own the small business. So you want others to know who you are, connect with you on an individual basis, and then get to know your business and your brand. As far as getting in front of eyeballs that you normally wouldn't have, you want to just keep promoting yourself. You can definitely use the new video platform. You can use a publishing platform and share what you know. Share your product. Share why others should be using it or see it, and just go from there. Be creative. You have to think out of the box. And in 2018, it's time for you to start doing that. Don't think small just because you have a small business. It's not going to help you in the long run. That's my answer to that. And let's see. I have a question. I have a feeling that my phone is going to die because now my Mophie is acting weird. So I might have to do a separate live on my tips. But that's okay. I'll do it right after, as long as I can get through your questions. So question 7 was, why do I need to be active on LinkedIn? I'm a lifestyle blogger that is doing fine. So how can LinkedIn help me do more? So that is another question I get asked so many times because I'm friends with a lot of lifestyle bloggers, digital influencers, and they want to know why, what is the point of them being on LinkedIn. So the first thing you want to do is make sure, like I mentioned and did a thorough 12-point rundown, is make sure your profile is perfect. If you're doing fine, then you have a lot of press, you have a lot of media, you have a lot of blog posts that have had a lot of attraction. You need to have all of these things updated on your LinkedIn and showcased, because if you're doing fine, that's great, but don't you want to do better than fine? Don't you want to have some huge brand to offer you 6 figures for a job that somebody else maybe would have offered you 5 figures? So put yourself out there and let people know. If your profile is already perfect, just maybe start off with a blog post or just keep your profile where it is. And when others are looking for you, they'll see who it is you worked for, what it is that you're doing, but you definitely want to use it to pitch other brands. If you have a PR company already doing something like that for you, then you'll also want to have that you're represented by that firm so there's no conflict of interest, and then they can actually contact them directly and keep you out of the original loop. So there's a number of different reasons why, but I think that, you can always do more. You can always make more money. And if you're doing fine, that's amazing, but you can always do better than fine. You can always get another sponsor. You can always get more money. You can always get another job that's going to offer you double the pay, triple the pay. I mean, why the hell not? So that's my answer to that. A lot of people ask me that question, and a lot of people don't have their profiles perfected. So if you're doing fine and you have all this information, get it up on your LinkedIn, because it's only going to benefit you in the long run. And another question is, someone has a nonprofit for somebody that had asked me a question, how they leverage their LinkedIn, has a nonprofit for moms. And what she wants to do is connect with businesses and people who can help benefit her mission. And she's having an event, a mom party, she calls it, for 2 charities so that she can raise money. And one is for diaper babies when parents can't afford diapers. And the other one is for mothers getting back on their feet through intensive training and life programs. So I've asked her a couple questions, and she was awesome, and she answered me right back so that I could give her a clear answer to how she can go about this. So the first thing you definitely want to make sure is that your profile is perfect. Sorry, my lips are so chapped. Your profile is up to date, it's perfect, and you have a complete deck. So I speak deck because I produce events, but if it's a one-page media document, a PDF, where you want to have all of your information regarding the event, your business, you want to have your mission statement, you want to have your who, what, where, why, when, all of that information on your deck. You want to have all your social media stats listed on that deck, because when a brand looks at you and they look at their budget, they're going to skim through their deck. They're going to see who you are, who you're affiliated with, when the event is, how much money you want, what products are you looking for, how is this going to affect their brand, what are they getting out of it. There's a number of questions that they run through. There's also a number of people doing the same exact thing that you are doing. So to answer this question specifically regarding the mom nonprofit, is I would get your deck together so it's perfect. I would get your profile together so it's perfect. And then I would research like hell all of the people that you want on board. So for example, I have a new Facebook group called the KK Cafe, and it's all about healthy eating, and I'm doing a live cooking show in there, and I'm looking for sponsors. I want well-known brands to come in and sponsor. I want all the food that I'm going to be using. I want to get gift cards for some giveaways on my live cooking show. So you need to do the same exact thing that I'm doing. I need to research who it is I need to get a hold of in that department of that company and pitch them. And this is why LinkedIn is so important, because it will save you so much time and energy of researching them on their website, going through like 25 different people. Save some time and just go into the search bar on LinkedIn and search head of marketing Pampers, head of marketing Huggies. And that's something that those are 2 brands that obviously you're going to want to go after as far as the diaper situation for the nonprofit. As far as the mothers getting back on their feet, you can maybe do a collab with Dress for Success, get another nonprofit involved. You can pitch Target, you can pitch Kohl's, you can get some clothing for them, you can pitch beauty companies, you can pitch skincare companies, you can pitch health and wellness, because if they're getting back on their feet, they're going to want to be in a positive mind frame, internally feel good, and also look good, because that's just that's what you're looking for. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I was answering your question completely. So those are some brands that I'm just giving you as an example that you can pitch to get involved in the nonprofit. But going back to the deck, you want to make sure that your press kit, media kit, your LinkedIn, everything is matching. All the numbers are there because you're going to go back and forth with the head of marketing or PR or whoever you're dealing with as far as the budget and what they're giving. Another thing you want to remember is some of these companies go 6, 9, 12 months in advance for their budget. So you definitely want to be doing this well in advance. And trust me, I've done a few last minute, and it is extremely stressful when you're looking for money and product as far as events and shows, because they're all out by like halfway through the year. They're done. They're getting pitches for the next year. So you really want to plan ahead and just make a list. I'm a huge fan of lists, obviously, because I have like 8 in front of me, and you really want to be thorough about it. So if you have any other questions regarding the nonprofit for the moms, please just send me a message if you want privately, or you can ask me more questions on the live here. So let's see, I think that's all I have for those questions. And I really want to go over a couple more things for certain careers and give you some of my tips. And I'm just making sure that I have some juice on my phone. Let's see, I think I should be good. I'm gonna do this. If I get cut off, I'll do it again. So a couple careers that some of you ladies or men are in, and you wanting to know how LinkedIn can up-level your business and brand and why you need to use it. So I wrote down a list of specific careers that my clients are in, that my friends are in, that I've taught others on how they can use LinkedIn to benefit what they're doing and how to get more clients. In the end, that's all. The reason why we're doing it is to get our name and brand out there, get more sales, get more leads, just make money doing what we're doing, which is in the long run going to make us happy, because we shouldn't be doing something that's not making us happy, right? So I have health, nutrition, and holistic as a group. Okay, so if you're in one of these careers, what you want to do is join some food groups that are on LinkedIn and network with them. And if you're looking to get that business out and get more eyeballs on it, what you want to do is introduce yourself to new connections, set up some calls, some video meetings, and if you have a product, you can pitch a health product. Say you have like a protein shake, or you have some oils. You can pitch fitness, you can pitch gyms, you can pitch trainers. So you want to just search in that LinkedIn bar for Trainers Las Vegas or Trainers Philadelphia, wherever you are. That's how you're going to get a hold of who you want to talk to. And it's really simple to do this. Don't be scared. In the beginning, I was like, oh my God, how am I going to meet these people in person? And once I talked to them like twice throughout Messenger, we got on a call, then we got on a video call, we met in person, and the deal's done. So you just really want to be yourself and explain to them who it is, what you are doing, and why you want to show them your product or your brand. So those are just a few examples. If you're a writer and a writer, an author, you have a book coming out, you need to use LinkedIn to do press, media. If you want to get a speaking gig, you can definitely use LinkedIn for those. Just search in the LinkedIn search for different speaking gigs. Those will pop up at different conventions. If you miss the one coming up, then you can always pitch them for next year. So you're in there nice and early. So that's a good example. And skincare and makeup, you can pitch spas, salons, and a gym. Anybody that's cruise ships, anybody that's going to carry your product, you want to pitch those types of companies. If you are in a small town and you have a small hair salon, or you have a small amenity store and you have a product, why not become friends with that person? And if you're not friends in person already, because like I said, you're in a small town, find them on LinkedIn. Or if they're not on LinkedIn, you can use obviously Facebook, because everybody's on Facebook. And maybe because they're running a small business like you, they might not think that LinkedIn is a beneficial platform for them to be on. As far as experiences and restaurants, this is a good one, especially in Vegas or a big city. If you have a private tour or you own a restaurant, this is a fantastic place for you to get your next buyout or your next big client. When you have conventions coming into your city, you have hundreds and thousands, like we have here in Vegas, so many a year. And there are so many restaurants that are looking for complete buyouts. And these companies coming in budget about 6, 9, 12 months in advance for the convention for the next year. Sometimes they do room blocks a year in advance. So if there's a convention here in town right now, they're booking out their rooms for next year. So that means that they can go ahead and save budget for your tour, your experience, your restaurant buyout. So those are just some examples. But when you look at your city's convention list, you get the name of what convention would suit your brand, what kind of guests you want to pull from that convention to experience what it is that you're offering. Either it's your tour, like I said, your restaurant, or if you have a museum or any other business that you want someone to know about. You want a full buyout. You want big brands to come in and say, oh my God, that we never knew that was here. We never knew what an experience that was, because that's only going to build your brand, your business, and your wallet. So that's a really good example of why LinkedIn is so important when it comes to things like that. And if you guys have any other questions about conventions or like how it is I'm talking about searching for these specific people that you want to get a hold of, you just honestly just look at your city's convention list, put in the search bar director of marketing for that specific convention or the company that's coming into your city, and it's really easy just to create a relationship with them immediately and start connecting, get on a phone call, and then eventually I'm pretty sure you're going to land that deal and get that sponsorship and get those clients into your business, and then create a relationship from there so that it's more of a long-term, long-standing relationship and it will grow your business. And something else another career, which is bloggers and digital influencers. And I mentioned this earlier with the lifestyle blogger question, but I'm just looking at my notes because I don't want to forget anything. So for lifestyle bloggers and digital influencers, you really want to go into your LinkedIn, perfect it, go back to the beginning of this live and go over the 12 steps to perfecting your profile. And once that's complete, you want to go ahead and follow all of the companies that you've worked for. You want to ask for recommendations from the PR companies, from the networks, from the magazines, from the TV stations, and anybody that you've worked with, that you've written for, that you've done press, media, sponsored posts. You want to get a recommendation from them, because the next big brand that's going to look at you, and don't forget, they probably have 10 interns sitting on LinkedIn and sitting on social media all day to find their next big star, all day looking for the next influencer that they want to put together with their brand to make both of yours bigger and better in the end, right? So you want to make sure all of these puzzle pieces are together before you pitch. You want to make sure that when somebody's looking at you, that they see everybody that you're affiliated with and, oh my God, wow, she's worked with like all these brands, like 20 plus brands. She's been on this show. She's done that commercial. Her audience on YouTube is insane. Look at her Instagram following. She has all of these sponsored content posts and all these sponsored videos, and if she's on Snapchat and Twitter and Facebook, and it's all connected, they're going to look for you everywhere. So why aren't you using LinkedIn to your full advantage of having everything as perfect as it is everywhere else on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, everywhere, so that your whole entire brand matches, it's complete, and all of your press and media and everything that you've done in the past, your recommendations, it's all listed there. It's just going to enhance your brand and your business and get you to the next platform and up level what you're already doing. This is why LinkedIn is so important, especially for digital influencers and bloggers, because not a lot of them are taking advantage of LinkedIn, I feel like, and it is prime real estate to get your information there. And most lifestyle bloggers and digital influencers have their press kit, their media kit, and if they're working for PR companies, they're most likely going to do it for them. But why not have that accessible on your LinkedIn? So you can upload that right into your media, right in the bottom of your bio section, which I discussed earlier, on your profile. It's just going to save people time, and time is money. And I always say this in my videos. So save somebody time, and rather than going to the next person because they don't have something that they need from you right away, make it simple. Just put it up there. Make sure your profile is perfect. Have all your recommendations there, because lifestyle bloggers and digital influencers work with so many brands. So that's just a lot of people that you can get their information onto your LinkedIn and just take your profile to the next level. Upgrade that, baby. And something else I want to talk to you about is 2 more things, and then I'm going to wrap this up because it's so long. Companies that are looking for new hires, they're looking for interns. They usually have HR departments that are taking advantage of this, but they also need to take advantage of their own marketing team using LinkedIn to get out there. You have to ask for the business. You have to go out, not even in person all the time, but online. When you say, for example, you have luxury home rental company, and you know all these conventions and these companies are coming into your city. You know the hotels are going to be sold out. Why aren't you pitching these conventions? Maybe they want to house all their VIPs in some luxury home and have this full-blown retreat and like beautiful experience rather than staying in a hotel. It's just something unique. It's something that they can offer their VIPs. It's something that they can get more money off of somebody registering into their convention or their speaking engagement or whatever it is. Create that experience for them. This is something I've been doing for like 20 years, is always creating an experience. And whether I'm business coaching or doing my luxury brand consulting, I've owned luxury travel businesses and makeup lines, and you always want to create an amazing experience. So it doesn't matter what business you're in, you always want them to come back and say, you know what, I never thought that my trip was going to be like this, or I never thought that this experience would turn out like this. And they're going to be your customer for life. They're going to be your client for life. And that means referrals. And those are the best type of business. So you want to definitely take advantage of using LinkedIn. If you're in a marketing department, if you need a boost in team morale, come together, do a LinkedIn training together. It's only going to enhance your business, your team morale, boost the energy, and get you more sales and business. Lastly, if you're a consultant and you are looking for interns, like I said, or you're looking to place candidates in jobs, keywords is essential. So as I've been mentioning throughout this video, is LinkedIn, just like Pinterest, is my search engine. It's no longer Google for me. Anybody I need to know, I go on LinkedIn. Anything I want to know, I go on Pinterest. So as I mentioned earlier, my new Facebook group, the KK Cafe, it's all about healthy eating, recipes, my live cooking show. That is for, sorry, I totally just lost my train of thought. Why am I telling you about my cooking show on my LinkedIn show? Anyway, so if you're looking for, I know what I was saying. So when I want to pitch, when I want to get a hold of Target, when I want to get a hold of holistic essential oils or certain vegan foods, I want to know who those people are in those marketing departments on LinkedIn. So I'm researching them on LinkedIn. When I want to know specific recipes and specific items and ingredients, I go to Pinterest. So as I said earlier, before I totally lost my train of thought, you want to always stay on LinkedIn when you're searching for people. So if it's somebody, I need to know the director of marketing for this company. I need to know who's in charge of the budget and who's in charge of their calendar and their press and all of that. You find them on LinkedIn, and it's all about keywords. So it's the same thing with consulting. If you're looking for somebody that's fresh out of college, they want to be a lawyer, they're looking to get placed in a law firm, or they're fresh out of nursing school, they're looking to get placed into a hospital, and you are a recruiter or you're a consultant, those keywords are essential because their name and title is their name and title and what they're doing and where they live is all going to pop up immediately as soon as you press any information into the search bar inside of LinkedIn. So if you put Director of Marketing, Target, all of those employees are going to show up that have previously worked there, that are working there now. That's their intern, that's their assistant. They might have 5 assistants. They're all going to show up. You immediately contact them, and then you just go from there. Research, keywords, interns, pitch company, be creative. That's what I have under consultants. So I have no idea how long this live is because I don't know. When I do it from my phone, I can never tell. But I will be sure to answer any comments that I have on this video as soon as I get off. Thank God I didn't get disconnected. I'm on 1 bar on my Mophie, and it's been 1 bar, so that's pretty good. This one little bar. But that's all I have for you guys today, and it's a very extensive live, so thank you for watching the entire show. Like I said, I have so many notes in front of me because I had posted in so many groups. Ask me anything, I will answer them all in this video, so I wanted to make sure I was extremely thorough. I mentioned every single thing, and this is my proof of my highlighting system and all of my lists. I can't do anything in life without a damn list. But I think I got everything, and as a thank you for watching this entire video, I have something special for you. So obviously, this show is all about business, LinkedIn, and my life, the Happy Workaholic Show. And by the way, I have a new podcast out every Friday, and these shows are every Wednesday around 3, 4 o'clock. And as a business and LinkedIn coach and luxury brand consultant, I always have deals going if I have room for new clients. So because so many of you had messaged me privately and answered on comments in different groups, and I get a lot of emails, a lot of people ask me on Instagram because I post a lot of LinkedIn and business tips on my Instagram stories. I wanted to do a special offer just for those of you who have taken the time and taken your notes and just really taken LinkedIn seriously. Is my normal Leverage Your LinkedIn coaching is $400 to $450. And what that program entails is a completely updated, revamped LinkedIn profile, which I actually do for you, but I coach you throughout the entire journey together. So it's usually like 30 to 60 days, depending on how fast you get me the information that I need. But a lot of people don't have the time for that. So what I want to offer to you guys now is a very special deal, and it is $97, and you can take your time, whether it's 30 days or 60 days, depending on how long you want to get back to me with all the information I need. But you and I are going to do an extensive, thorough and intensive profile investigation. Research your profile, what it is that you need, what changes do you need to be making. I'm not going to be doing this one because I do the Leverage Your LinkedIn coaching and profile creation. You are going to be doing it. But for the $97 deal, what I'm going to be doing is telling you exactly what you were missing, exactly what you need, break it down, and why. So it's like a shorter version of the full Leverage Your LinkedIn coaching program that I have. So if you're in need of a brand new profile and you want to take your time to do it on your own, like I said, 30 days, 60 days, you could do it in a week. It's really up to you. But if you want to learn exactly what you need and why you need it on your profile, feel free to comment yes below or message me. I'm only going to be doing this offer of $97 until Friday. So if you are, like I said, in need and you have any questions, you want me to go over your entire portfolio and see what it is that you need, I'm definitely thorough. I investigate everything. So I'm not just looking at your LinkedIn profile. I'm looking at your social media channels. I'm looking at your website, and I'm telling you and I'm going to tell you what it is that you're missing, how you can take your LinkedIn profile to the next level. And it's really simple. I love working with others and coaching them, especially on LinkedIn. I do a lot of one-on-one business coaching, but this offer is definitely just for revamping and upgrading your LinkedIn profile. So it's $97. I'm just going to do this offer for anybody listening. I'm not going to be posting it anywhere else. And the deal ends Friday because I know I'm going to be getting a lot of you, and I like to be thorough with all of my clients. So I want to make sure I have time for every single one of you that's interested. So to recap this extremely long show, and that noise is so annoying. I'm definitely going to stay inside next week. It was just so nice out. It's almost time to watch the sunset. I don't know if you guys can see. I really miss the ocean, I can tell you that. So my name is Kellyanne Gorman, and I'm a business and LinkedIn coach as well as a luxury brand consultant. And you just watched episode 4, which is how to learn how to leverage your LinkedIn. And this is the Happy Workaholic Show. And if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, just leave it below in the comments. I'll leave my LinkedIn profile there, and feel free to add me, and we can connect on LinkedIn together, and you could always message me at any time. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all soon. Bye.